We are a cat family, and whatever's new in the house, the cats will investigate. This is Tater, if you have not met Tater. He's a little sweetie. Aren't you? Our fur babies. So many of you want to see a home tour. I do my vignettes, I do my cabinets. I guess you want to see it all put together. So our house, it's just Chris and I. Our kids are grown. They are on their own in their own homes. We have 2 cats, Peach and Tater. Peach is 11. Tater is just a year old. Yeah, Peach is 11. Wow. So poor kitty. So Peach sleeps a lot, and you see Tater all the time if you are a regular to the channel. So when it comes to decor, I feel you should do what you love, the items that you love, the items that bring you joy. And I love to shop secondhand. I love to shop vintage, antiques. And as you know, if you follow the channel long enough, you know I have a passion for ironstone, and I love to decorate. So on this channel, on the Journey channel, once in a while on the Ginger Chick Rehab channel, you'll see some decor, but most of the time it's on the Journey channel. I'll share. I'm looking for my tribe with my same vibe that loves other people's junk, old stuff, broken stuff, rusted stuff. It doesn't really matter. I just love stuff. So I think I'll start the tour. We will go see how the gardens are doing. If you've been following the channel, you know that I put in some flower gardens, and let's see if they are surviving. And then I did a plant like junkyard. So I thought that would be a good place to start, because really our house, even though it is long, it is big, it's really that it's I don't know. I don't look at it as being cluttered. When you look at an individual cupboard or space, it might seem like we're a maximist, or I am. I'm not going to say that to Chris, but yes, yeah, our garage is kind of a hot mess. That's where we usually will do our haul videos. That's where my inventory, I wrap eBay. Right now, as I'm filming this, I'm trying to be a little bit ahead, because this week, as I'm speaking to you, there's a crew coming in to put a cement patio in our back. Hopefully that all works out and they get to come. You never know, things happen. So I kind of need that to be out of their hair. We have patio furniture that, you know how that is. You're like, oh, I got a new space, I want new stuff. So yeah, so we got that going on. So I don't think I'm going to show you my inventory or anything like that in this video, but let's go outside and check out how the gardens are doing. Here is the sunflower garden that I did with the toilet paper rolls. They are growing. I don't know when the flowers are going to be produced. Unfortunately, on this side, little critters kind of ate. Looks like I need to pull some more grass, but little critters ate some of the seedlings. So we're thinking about doing a greenhouse so I can prevent that and like get the seeds started before planting them. So it's okay. The back row did better. The front row, yeah, like you see, I did 3. Did I do 3 or 4 rows? At least 3. And that's what I got. So I don't know if it was the seeds or if critters ate it. But like, yeah, a lot of those did not come up. I'm still happy. You got to test out your space. So we'll see how that goes. I don't think they're anywhere near to produce a flower yet. And you can see bugs, something. I haven't even seen Japanese beetle, but something's definitely eating the leaves this year, but I have not seen them. But as long as they produce flowers, I will be happy. This one back here, hold on. I do think I see a little head. I think I see a head. Are you wanting to be a flower? Oh, he's going to be a flower. These are supposed to be my tallest ones. That's not very tall. But there is a head on that one. And then random bird seed ones. And when we see them, we usually leave them. Leave them for Chris. There's another one over here on this side of the house. And this will shock you. We're in the sun. I didn't think about grabbing sunglasses. So we did a chaos garden last year. It turned out wonderful. And I don't remember the time frame when like the blooms all happened. But I have to show you the chaos garden. This is the chaos garden. So it's just now starting to come into bloom. Some of the zinnias, some of the black-eyed Susans, some plants I don't know what they are. And I don't remember planting any sunflowers. And I think they all, even though the bird feeder's empty because they are just monsters and eat that right up. Yeah, we have a ton of sunflowers. And I don't know if the sunflowers are like, I can see a little tulip, some type of flower back there, but I don't know if the sunflowers are so big and it's drowning out the other plants from growing. I don't know, but I did not have the heart to pull a sunflower. It's still pretty, but not at all what I thought it was going to be compared to last year. Another little spot where somebody plants some seeds. I think we had a chipmunk. And then this is the other little chaos garden that is doing terrible. It is not doing very well at all. I don't know. I'll come up with something next year. Like the first year, the chaos garden was beautiful. Chaos garden was beautiful last year. And I don't know if it was closer to fall or what it was, but we'll figure it out next porch year. Plants looking very good. Very happy with the stain that I did. Most of my plants are doing well, other than we've had rain and heat that I could do some deadheading. Probably shouldn't have planted these the zinnias in a. Are they zinnias or cosmos? I always get confused. But I had all of my plants like this. Now this one's dying. They have all died. They did not survive this year. I don't know if they were diseased when I bought them or what. But this area looks good. We see florals. That's all I care about, seeing that color. My yummies. If you do not know, I collect aged watering cans. One of my happy little spaces right here. So if you did not see that video, here it is. Like a good area in between the garage doors. We don't even use this garage door. My eBay station's over there. And then we'll come into the junkyard. This poor plant got tumbled in a windstorm one day, but it's still surviving. This one's doing very well. Got a random seed in this little fern. The fern is just a small little fern, didn't grow too much, but got some sunflowers going. One plant died over here. You'll have that out of the number of plants that we do, but I love this little space. It makes me happy when we pull in and you see all the pretty little flowers, all the junk, trash nobody else wants. And then if you pull over here, yes, I'm parked outside. It's too hot to park your cars inside, so especially since we use our garage. And then this little junkyard area, which the sign is appropriate. Love it. So then we'll walk over to, this is the shop. We're not doing a shop tour, y'all. We're just doing outdoors. So this is where I do a lot of galvanized, a lot of rusty, crusty gardening. The flowers, yet again, everything kind of needs deadheaded, but the last couple of days it's been so hot and so either the hot or pouring rain, but they're all doing good. I see somebody's got a problem right here. Not sure what happened there, but oh well. Yeah, this was the one where I did the three different galvanized on top of each other, which makes it look so full. I am going to remember those little guys next year because that is doing wonderful. And my lantana didn't take over as much as I thought it would. And here's another stack. This is 2 stack of galvanized on top of each other. The marigolds, I want to remember those because those were doing wonderful. And so was this plant is doing wonderful. This little just all greenery. They had, as you see, it had that flower in there again that only one of them survived. And I don't know if my baskets didn't survive so well is because they plant them so early in the greenhouse that they've just done their time because they're already starting to turn like I'm ready to be kaput done. Another, I leave them. Do y'all leave them? I leave my, like once it's a squirrel, chipmunk, whatever. We don't have any squirrels, I don't think, but once I see a sunflower growing, I just leave it alone. And this zinnias did okay, and the zinnias here in Michigan will go to fall, so maybe they'll get a little bit bigger. But I had this envision of them just overflowing. And then there's the other basket, which was beautiful when I bought it, but I just think it's done its time. This is kind of a hot mess, but it's fine. The sweet potato vine kind of took over the little penny. Is that called penny? What is that called? Anyway, it looks fine. It's still got a pop of red, and the greens all kind of match. But they're like, which one's the planters? There's 3 planters in there somehow. Now, honestly, Chris's garden is doing better than my garden. He planted over by our, oh my gosh, what is it called? I can't even think of what it's called. The word has left my silo. He planted morning glories and wildflowers over by the silo, and I can already tell, oh my gosh, his is doing so much better than mine. I don't know. I am seeing so much color right now as I'm walking. Okay, let me turn the camera around and share with you. Do you see it? Oh my gosh, he does. He has lots of florals popping here. Lots of weeds. I'm pretty sure that these are weeds. But, oh, those are so pretty. Hi, pretties. So, I don't know what, I don't even know. We just bought a bag of wildflower seeds. Yeah, I think, see, we were unsure if this was weed. So we were afraid to pull it because there was so much of it. I think it was a weed. Look at all the flowers he has. These are so pretty. They just popped. They like popped overnight. And so once he planted, oh my gosh, morning glories, my mind. Morning glories. And so next year they'll probably, start earlier, but they're starting to climb. That is, I'm in love with that little flower. His are doing so well. So well. Something else is going to pop here soon. Some little white flowers. See, his morning glories are really starting to climb. I do think, let me know, you guys, is that a weed? We just didn't have the heart to pull it. Oh, he has so much color. And then nothing ate his sunflowers. And they all look like they're ready to pop their little heads. So yeah, I do think those are all weeds. But it's okay. That's the whole point of a chaos garden, is not to have to weed it. But yeah, he's got a lot going on over here. This angle, you see all the color. Lucky bomb. I told you, I'm not giving you a garage tour, but you'll get to see into the garage. Yes, we've got some stuff going on here that, yeah, furniture, products that need to be taken down, eBays that need to be listed, Tater's toy. But we're just going to fast forward through the hectic mess and go into our entryway where Tater's just waiting for me. Are you going into the garage, Tater? Oh, he says, I'm not sure. Yes, he gets to, usually we leave the door open. Are you going? Okay. So this is this was a wedding gift for my in-laws. I love this cupboard. Actually, we just store shoes in it. But do y'all remember me doing this? Oh, somebody fell down. Oh no, go back up. I still love it. Oops. Hey, Tater. I'm not taking that down until fall, until I'm ready to put Halloween up, because I really love that display. Oh, I love everything about it, because I have an obsession with terracotta pots. So then over here is my bucket list hymnal board, attendance board, vintage old with some yummy old cardboards. And then if we turn around, I've started a little area here to go with our pew and the board. Yes, I just got Our Father Thou in Heaven. I just bought this off of a Whatnot. Whatnot has created a monster. I thrifted him. I got him at an auction. Another fine, another antique. I can almost tell you where everything comes from, y'all. Do you want to hear? All of it is secondhand. And I've had that shelf for near on 25 years. It's been so many different colors and it's been staying white. But I was happy when I found that to fill in the space. Nobody sits here. This beautiful black wooden rosary. There you go, my little creamers with little butter pat stack and a rosary, old Bibles. I'm not crazy about this space, but I have something from Whatnot coming. Oh, I should have checked my Whatnot packages today to see if it came. But yeah, so there, we got this space that I love. And then that space that I love. Oh my goodness. Okay, so then we'll gently go in. And then this is a destructed grandfather clock, but it's actually called something and I don't know the name. We bought it at an auction. It will not straighten up. No matter what I do, it will not stay straight. So no matter, doesn't matter what I put there, it does not stay straight. And it does not work, and we don't care because we just loved it. Loved everything about it. There is a name for it, but I don't remember the name of it, but it's just a cool. The cats don't even bother those. I think these were actually weights for windows. I don't think they were supposed to be clock weights, but it is what it is, and it's just a beautiful salvage piece. I have this little corner cabinet. Nothing terribly special. This is just an old apothecary cabinet that I have some of my creamer collection in. And I think I've shared with you, I have a love of old Bibles. And then all these treasures that Big Bens, baby Bens, swans, ironstone, old wood items, old signs. I think someday I'm going to paint that register. I say that, but that's not on your high list of things to do. But yeah, just a little take up space kind of corner cupboard. Just turn. This is our laundry room. Nothing fancy. It's open space. It does not bother us. I do laundry like almost every day, every other day. We thrifted this drying rack. We love it, and we actually do use it. It is usable. Love it. Just an old. The only thing they'll stay on top of it there and not like vibrate off is that old container. This is like, I think I bought that off Amazon just to hang up your clothes, to roll it out, put your dirty clothes on. I had to make sure my clothes were done. Then auction find was this. It is actually a stocking. It's an antique. It's actually a stocking measurer for thigh highs, and it is old, and I love it. And this is our only maid service we use is Robbie the robot vacuum. That's our maid service. Every other day he vacuums for us. Oh, I'm getting a delivery. Hi. I think it's Chewy. I think Chewy came. I think it's Chewy. Yep, Chewy for the kitty cats. So then I just have an old scale, no writing on it. That doesn't bother me at all. And some greenery hanging out of it. Sometimes I change it for the seasons, but fake just lasts longer, and then in the windows. And then I painted these little guys forever ago, these storage containers, and that has our laundry stuff in it so that it hides. And then the cord is our ding dong, our doorbell. Then I just framed these, and I've loved it ever since I did it. When you love something, frame those old children's stocking forms, dryers. They're just cute. So our laundry room isn't huge. It is what it is. It's a place to do laundry, small, and actually a little extra counter space when we hold family events for food. This is usually where Tater's like, are you coming out to my garage to play with me, Tater? Yeah, he's always waiting for somebody to come out and play with him, which we play all the time. So we made it that far, and I just want to give you this. I burnt my arm. I reached over my hot glue gun a couple weeks ago and burnt my arm. Ouchie. Anyway, so look at how long our house is. So the original house, the very first room with that arch, is 1851, and through the years, a lot of people have remodeled this house. Every time we meet somebody and they hear where we live, or like when we just had a garage sale, somebody's partied here, somebody grew up here, somebody got hit in the road here. Yes, she did say that when she was 5. But yeah, so it's just long. And we've always wanted, when we were knowing we were going to be empty nesters, we always wanted a barndonium. If you don't know what a barndonium is, it's basically a pole barn type building, open concept, just like this. More workspace than living space, because that's what we do. I work from home. I do lots of projects. Chris does lots of DIYs, and you just sleep and eat and a little bit of TV. So you don't really need all that space. Little did I know how much space I needed for decor, but yeah, look at how long our house is. Now that I've shared that with you, we will go from the laundry room into the kitchen. So which area do you want to see first? Let me flip on. There's so many lights in this. I think I found somebody that will change out that light for us. I'm so excited. Anyway, yes, my center. I know people are like, well, you don't have any room if you put that on your island to fix food. Hello? That island is huge. It can take it. Look, like I said, it's me and Chris. There's so much room in this island. Y'all, it's beautiful. I love that centerpiece. And I think it even got better once I was able to find this green beast. And I love it. So lucky enough to have a double stove, which is great for holidays. And then just some, our decor. If I was heavily cooking, I would take those cutting boards down. But like I said, it's just Chris and I, and using the front burner does not bother those old boards. If you saw my social media, you might have saw me make this up, because yes, I kept most of the ironstone pie funnels, because I have a thing for pie funnels. And put one under a cloche on a. These are just restaurant ware butter pats, so they're a little bit newer, but they fit one of the pie funnels because I love the graphics on these. Then I changed this little cupboard out, put some of my glowy jadeite, and then I just put some creamers and some hen on a nest that I had that were white so that it would pop, because the inside of that is white. Love this little hack. It's a candle. You can burn it in there. I know there was another candle over here I needed to change out. But yeah, it's a great place to hide a candle. I'm not sure why that one's out. I'm not sure. Anyway, I've had this like this forever. I love it. It stays that way, and I use these 3 pieces a lot in my staging, a lot. So huge old sink, love the sink. Just a little bit more on our coffee station, a little bit more decor. I painted those, and I ended up keeping them because I loved them. We have a pantry back there. It's just a place where the litter box and food, and a table that was left here that we repainted, but we're not going to sneak in there. One of my very first cupboards. Now, when we moved in here, that piece was there. And I thought it just made this kitchen seem so sterile and no personality. So I cannot believe that I talked Chris into moving that piece, because it was attached. And as you see, it's bigger than the space. If you saw our early on Journey channel videos where he actually agreed to move that so we could put that cupboard that I had in our other house here. Well, he's a blessing, y'all, because I couldn't have moved that cupboard myself by any means. But I love this other cupboard in here because I think it brings personality. When you get to show off your collections, it just brings your house to life. The biggest compliment I get is when people just say our home feels homey. They want to come, they want to visit, they want to look at our stuff. they just like the homey feel of it, and that just is so heartwarming. Very first cupboard of some of the ironstone collection. I do get asked about this all the time. Where did I get this galvanized to hold my ironstone plates, y'all? It's a chicken feeder. It's an old rusty crusty chicken feeder, and I finally, after so many auctions, came across one that was the size it was the size I needed. So then this is really tall. Our ceilings are really tall. So on both sides, I have those huge tobacco baskets, and that works out perfectly. And then if you saw the last video, you know that I have a whole bunch of crocks above my cabinets, and this whole little area of the marshmallow tins that I have come across and collected. But yep, lots of crocks. And it just, I love the pop of white with those old crocks. And the marshmallow tins. So then this is the other side. And then I just have this little stool with an ironstone cyclopedia. Yes, there is such a thing as an ironstone cyclopedia, y'all. So it does identification of marks, and then see 1780 to 1980. So if I wanted to research and figure out the date and time and where a mark was from, there's my research guide, but I really just use it for decor. And then this beautiful ironstone bowl, and then some yummies. Oh, German breadboards. My German breadboard that's back there. Breadboards, love it. You know, those babies are like 100+ years old. And then some old wood stuff. There's just something about wood and white that just pops. Oh, and I can't forget this little space. It's funny, Chris did this when we first moved in. I had that old tool caddy at our other house like that, and it was on our coffee table in our living room. And I kid you not, Chris set it there, and it's been there since we moved in. And I love it. And just the simple little decor, I think it was meant to maybe hold cookbooks, but I'll take my Bibles. And then we get to see Tater again. So now, let's see. There's a chair that I repurposed, but you never get to see the chair underneath because I leave a blanket over it because somebody likes to sleep there. So his hair doesn't get all into the fibers. I just leave a blanket that I can just throw in the washing machine. So some more crocks. My 200-year-old rocking horse, and I know he's old. He could tell a story, and it used to be people complained that I should put a tail on him, but he's a true antique. You can't unless you can find 200-year-old horse hair to put on, to put where the tail was. He has to stay tailless. Oh, Tater. So much going on. And then here's my yummy pie safe. And since I did that, I have left those doors open. Left the doors open, and I love it. I love the Papa Green in with the ironstone. I am not counting how many butter pats I have, y'all. I'm not. Because at some point that might make me a hoarder, but I love them. And I do resell some of them when I can find them inexpensive enough to make a profit to resell them. So, but marmalade jars. Yes, marmalade jars are hard to find. So that's another one of my loves. I used to resell them, but I don't find them enough anymore, and decided that I was going to start collecting them. And then another one of, I collect way too many things. Firkins sugar buckets. These are oldies. When I talk about, that's why people want them with the lid, because they usually want to stack them. And so I don't think having the door open on them makes any big deal there. But that's our pie safe. Marketplace find one day. So this space is a little bit hard to see, but you have to look up. So we have lots of like just salvage pieces. Just with the big and the white, I just had Chris hang some salvage that I had found over time. Try not to go too fast to make you dizzy. Like the egress window that I use to kind of filter the light. Another salvaged. And then up here I have, that was like my first prim, which is hard. I have to raise my hands way above my head. So we've got some grain measures, some old pantry, German breadboard. That little bunny is a paper mache antique candy holder. And then some old washboards and just some old, I love old wood. I just knew. So most of the pieces above there are like 150, if not older pieces. So I kind of just put them up high and enjoy them. Not everybody probably even notices them, but if you walk into her house, it's actually one of the first things you see, other than the fake beams that we made. We'll look at Tater again. Oh, how can you not? He's your fur baby and your family. He's pretty sure that I'm talking to him, and the video is all about him. Okay, so now this is our dining room. And if you haven't followed the channel from day one, Chris made that beautiful, massive farmhouse table. We took feet off another table, legs off another table that we used to have that was warped, and we couldn't save it, and that was a great base for that table. And then he got some old barn wood from his father, big old thick planks, and he created this beautiful piece for us. And yes, I do have 10 chairs stuffed around it, though only on holidays and special occasions do we need 10 chairs, but it looks good around that. Okay, so you all saw me, hopefully you guys saw me do this little display, because usually, I mean, we're the only ones here walking across, and I wanted some of my yummies. Oh, I still love that marshmallow root jar. The apothecary. I don't even know what you use marshmallow. Oh, I think Tater was rubbing again. Everything's better under a cloche. The sweet little mouse that I got from Whatnot. And talk about a 200-year-old horse. If you think that one needed a tail, this one needs a lot. But I love changing out my decor and seeing all the yummies. Now these are old sieve sifters. And that's one of the things I've had up forever, and I love them, and I leave them there. I have not ever changed them out since we moved, so they're just perfect there. And then if you recently saw me get a crock shelf, I was so excited, and I can't believe that I had all those. I guess I knew that I had all those crocks jugs. And then Chris is like, ooh, you have room for more. So, oh no. So are your collections truly ever finished? Are they truly ever finished? Because you just find yummies and you upgrade and you change out and you sell, and especially as a reseller, it's just a vicious cycle, and it's fun. All of it is fun. Yes, I do have one of my music wreaths, and that's at the bottom of our stairs in an old bulb sifter that I've loved. I've had that there forever. And remember this big guy? This big guy has sat here for quite a while. I repaired this broken swan who was brown, and then I painted him black. This was another one of my repaint jobs. The doors were probably original sewing spool. This would probably not been original, and then somebody made a wooden frame to put those in. So the box that I painted white was not original. And then we have my littles. Oh, I'm a sucker for littles. And I've always wanted to redo this. I don't know. We're on the fence about keeping this piece. The only thing it stores is our false graft dishes. There's a set of 20 in there. So this was my wedding dishes. Just a simple white basket weave, false graft. And yes, I have a place for 20. And we use paper plates. That's how it rolls. I don't know. So basically this is just a storage for stuff that we don't use. like I use all those littles, but I enjoy seeing all those littles. So as you've heard me say, yes, I collect flower frogs, and I try to limit it down to the green ones. Some Putz sheep. I just recently got those Putz sheep. Some old English crockery, and of course you see butter pats, old signage, a very old, oh gosh, that's almost 100 years old now, calendar, just weird odds and ends. And then I got this at a US 12 sale. I think it was some kind of general store display. And then I leave this little guy. I know it got scraped. I think we should have put felt on the bottom of this. And when the furnace workers moved it to get to the thermostat, they scraped it. You'll have that. But I like to keep this little German ornament bunny out because I love him. And then I just recently got this on a whatnot. And unfortunately, let's see how bad it's scraped. Unfortunately, she was promoting it like it was a huge antique, and it looked wooden on the video, but it is as resin and as cold as resin as could be. But it would have been cool if it was an antique JD coat spool, but it's not. It's a reproduction of, yeah, a really resin reproduction. But that would be the only downside. I mean, one of the downsides to whatnot is that you can't see it in person to touch and feel. I've only had that happen twice where somebody's now thought it was wood. And I'm like, that's not wood. That's resin. That's resin. It is what it is, you know. I don't know. I put it in my decor. Looks fine. This, by chance, I just got on a whatnot. And this is not resin. And I haven't decided if I'm reselling it or if I'm keeping this humongous grain measure. That is what that is. Try not to scrape up my chair while I'm showing you. So it is an antique grain measure, and it is huge. Huge. I just recently got it, so I'm just kind of enjoying it right now. Of course, I bought it to resell, but I'm enjoying it at the moment. And so these are the swung bases that I collect. I collect Fenton hobnail swung vases. And I wanted to collect, I have 3, so that's a collection. I wanted fairy lights in the green depression mint color. I didn't want them to glow because there's a different look. And I don't want them to be green depression. I want them to be that the lighter depression. But apparently I've only been able to find 3. So, and then I have more underneath here of the hobnail. And I think someday I'm going to do something with this cover to make them pop. But that's on my to-do list. There's always things on your to-do list. One more cuteness of Tater. Hi, Tay-Tay. You Tay-Tay, baby. Okay. So we will swing over here. Here's the jadeite. I never in a million years would ever dream that I would have this much jadeite. Now this is the jadeite that glows. I don't have a light, and I'm not going to glow it for you today, but there is a different look between this is McKee, most of it's McKee, and the Fire King that glows. So I love it. That's why there's lights in here. So at night in the winter, we will glow it up just to enjoy it. And recently I just overhauled it with a whole bunch of green vintage and antique pieces and some old tins. And then Tater's like, I have to investigate because you opened it up. And I still, if I find more pieces, I probably still will pick them up because I don't know. Once you collect it, is your collection ever done? I don't know. You just find it and you keep picking it up. Is the cupboard okay, Tater? You can't go behind it. He's so Our living room is nothing special. We are a cat family, so we have a cat tower and the little poofs, footstools nobody sits on because the bird feeder's right out here for the cats to be entertained and enjoyed. I have a couple more sifters on the wall. I'm thinking about changing this space out. And I have an idea, but because I need more place for some of my collections, and it's kind of not very much space, and I know that shelf is resellable. Resellable. I absolutely loved what I did with my window treatments. Love it. So simple. Then we have this space, which is basically a mixture of my antiques, my ironstone, crockery, putz reproduction sheets, old brushes, Bibles, a little bit of everything. So these are horsehair brushes, old paint brushes, reproduction putts, bends. These are old milk bottles from a carnival game. This I fell in love with. This is somebody's family records, but look at the date on them. So even though it's not our family, I kept it. Another bin with rosary. Oh, that got moved over. Some old register tags. Love tallow berries. They fit in all year long decor. We got Tater again because he has fear of missing out. Yeah, there you go again. My perfectly imperfect. Ironstone. So this creeps some people out for some reason. When I did this, I don't know why. A Bible opened with a rosary on it. Some more English crockery jars. And then on top, I have a cloche with a little brass mouse, some register tags, ironstone. This is just a simple, easy way to display rosaries, Bible stack, old brushes, and then I painted that forever ago. And then we have an old fan with just a box. I think the box holds some cards and stuff. And then my I love though. I bought those out of somebody's booth, and they were somebody's work bench, like they were in their workshop. And I love the numbers. Other than cleaning them up, I just painted the tops black. They didn't match, but I love the numbers, and that's been our little entertainment area since I brought them home. Just simple because it's your TV. You don't want to have too much going on. I have a lot going on at Christmas there, but just simple. A dough bowl, an old dough bowl with some Bibles in it. The dough bowl is always kind of funny because there's a hole in it. There's the hole. There's a hole in it. Some Ben clocks. My first ever set of my first ever set of swans that I've had. 20 some years I've had those. And then there's another music wreath that I made that like I said, I do display it year round. They go in your decor. Another Firkin sugar bucket stack. I don't think I need 3. I think 2 is good. Some old cat toy. Some old suitcases, but I love the color because the color goes with the Firkin stack, which then goes with the color of our entertainment center. And then I have this little piece, and it's funny, I painted this cupboard to resell, and nobody wanted it, so I kept it. So these are some upcycled frames that I painted white chippy. Just some more of my collections. Inside, yes, you'll see ironstone Bibles, lambs, tallow berries, butter pats, old clocks, register tags. Kind of got a theme going on here. I have to share that this ladder in our old house, Chris made a loft, and our kids had a toy room. And that is the first ladder that Chris ever made. So that is special to us. So this is our home. This is our sanctuary. This is where your home should be a place that you enjoy. Collections of items that bring you happiness. Like I can probably tell you where every piece came from, what auction, what estate sale, what garage sale. Hey y'all, I know a lot of it is mine. Chris collects Budweiser and old tools. But he lets me, or not that he lets me, he enjoys seeing me happy, and he loves old stuff just as much as I love old stuff. So yeah, he's the one who finds all the auctions every weekend, and more more times it's for the stuff that I am looking for. I am so blessed to have him in my life. So yeah. So I hope you enjoyed our house tour. I mean, I think it's just simple. It looks probably like when we're doing videos that it's just cram packed with stuff. Well, areas are cram packed with stuff. So I can't say I'm a minimalist. I am probably a maximalist. I love stuff. I love other people's old junk that they don't want anymore. I'm happy to take it off their hands. I love a good junk sale. So thank you so much for touring Chris and I's home, the place that we love, the place that we have grown to make our home, because a home is what you make of it. So thanks for watching. We will see you next time, and you can see what we're up to. Bye. Yes, the home tour tired him out, so he's going to take a nap now. Oh, sleeping baby. I think he wants me to be quiet. Look at his little eyes raising.